No, they're not only pursuing XRP worth 1,000 or 2,000, they require everything. Now, who am I referring to? They require everything from you. Before we discuss how they would try to persuade you to purchase it, let me clarify why they want your XRP. There are several factors at play, and taxes, in my opinion, are the primary cause of price changes. That's why I want to talk about it, to give you the knowledge you need to avoid doing something that I believe is unhealthy. Trump speaks so much. Many people are concerned about the potential effects of future tax increases on the economy. Because of this, the markets do not respond well to it. Prior to rate changes, XRP saw an overnight loss of nearly half its value. It won't stop this time. Today, there was fresh information regarding the trade war. India would pay twice as much in taxes, according to President Trump, for obtaining oil from Russia. But India isn't giving up. They are now traveling to Brazil and other trading partners in an attempt to strike new, advantageous agreements despite Trump's duties on their goods. They say to Trump, "We don't care about your tariffs in this manner. We are all aware of what he will do. He will most likely claim that if we impose a 100% tax on all goods coming from India, he will raise prices once more. That might result in lower prices. However, I believe that everything that is taking place here is prearranged. You can be certain that it will be retracted after the markets have calmed and won't last forever. When the market is down, the great majority of buyers and sellers will. Persons who are similar to you. There are other factors besides tariffs that can cause individuals to become anxious and sell their goods. This can also be done by other things. Everything is available online, including Fox News, CNN, Trump, and everyone else. Since many of these firms are publicly traded, I believe that if you sell because of anything you read, it's V. BlackRock, MicroStrategy, and other large investors and what they're doing. Some are accumulating and not selling on the stock market, but they have made public statements that shed light on it. It looks good. Awesome. As you can see, in August 2020, MicroStrategy started collecting Bitcoin. They possessed almost 70,000 Bitcoin by April 2021, which at the time was valued at $2.2 billion. Many companies, including Tesla, invested $145 billion on Bitcoin. The Bitcoin Trust, owned by Grayscale, made a lot of money. It received $40 billion at its highest point in 2021. Even if Whale only has 1,000 Bitcoin, we can observe that it increased from Q2 2021 to the end of the bull run. According to the block, large were up 10%. Bitcoin offers discounts. Naturally, that is insane. For example, during the latest bull run in 2021, institutional use increased significantly. This bull run, though, is much larger. Spot Bitcoin ETFs have made big institutions much more receptive to Bitcoin. As you can see, US spot Bitcoin ETFs have seen significant growth since their approval in January 2024. Net flows reached above $50 billion by July 2025. In December 2024, there will be 51,500 Bitcoins, assuming each one is valued at $18,000. Their combined value is around $5,500 million. In a single day, $372 million entered BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin ETF. In 2025, Ethereum ETFs received a record $850 million in a single week. By itself, Sharp Lake Gaming increased Ethereum's value to $463 million. So far, corporate and government organizations have gone berserk. Businesses like MicroStrategy continue to receive large amounts of Bitcoin. They have more than 226,000 Bitcoin by mid-2025. Bhutan received 13,300 Bitcoin, while El Salvador received 5,800 Bitcoin. Of course, there is still discussion over the U.S. Strategic Reserve. It's also evident that Franklin Templeton and Ando Finance increased banks' interest in tokenized real-world assets, or RWAs. The tokenized GoodMaru was valued at $3.32 billion in 2024 and is projected to reach $12.88 billion by 2032. TVL, the overall value of DeFi, increased. Yala and Pendle both had gains of 68% and 28%, respectively. This was again the result of establishment debt. It's fairly obvious that banks are grabbing hold of these large assets and going crazy for ETFs, similar to XRP, which we will discuss shortly. They then give DeFi and RWAs a lot of attention. Why wouldn't they? They are mostly concerned with that aspect of cryptocurrencies. All of that is significantly influenced by Anando, HEYR, and XRSOP for 2020-25 are obviously very different from 2020 and 2021. Structures are now stronger, as you can see. Compared to 2020, it is most likely 3 to 5 times higher presently. There is still a bull run. I do believe that at the conclusion of this, the amount of money flowing in or accumulating will have increased tenfold. That is something we can anticipate. I want to go into further detail about how banks are purchasing XRP now that we are all aware that XRP ETFs will be available soon. As we saw with Ethereum, that might result in transactions worth billions of dollars. When the Pros Hares Ultra XRP Futures ETF was released in July, the price reached a new all-time high of 300C66. Canary Capital, Grayscale 21 shares, and Wisdom Tree funds have plans for spot XRP ETFs, indicating interest from large investors. They have a 93% chance of getting approved in the second half of this year, which is probably going to happen next quarter. In 2024 and 2025, the cryptocurrency ETF market witnessed above $50 billion. The amount of money invested in XRP ETFs is unknown. From that perspective, if we are granted that license, we should anticipate a significant amount of revenue. During the 2024 to 2025 bull run, institutions purchased a lot more XRP than they did in 2020, 3 to 5 times as much, most likely. Additionally, 2020 and 2021 were insane. For the record, I thought it was ridiculous. If you want to keep, I believe you have a lot to look forward to now that XRP ETFs are available. The worst decision, in my opinion, is being made by those of you who are scared to wait so that these men can purchase at a price before the ETFs are released. Another stuff. Regarding this, I concur with Michael Saylor's remarks. Indeed, there is a connection between Ethereum and XRP. In this film discusses XRP and taxes. I'll play it first, then discuss price action, my predictions, and their strategy for deceiving you. Kindly inform me if you believe this will have any. Alter Bitcoin in a positive or negative way. Yes, it does. Like a genuine GM body, Bitcoin is old. Prices will rise faster as money shifts from physical gold to digital gold. You should be aware that Bitcoin can be found online. The web does not contain any taxes. Very important. Isn't XRP the same? Additionally, XRP is available for free online. What is the connection between this and anything? Because of the taxes, this is probably going to lead the price of gold to rise excessively in various regions of the world, right? Since gold is something that people purchase and retain onto as valuable, it differs from stocks or businesses. Tariffs will bring about a new change in this regard. Because you won't have to pay additional fees to keep them, investing in XRP, Bitcoin, and other digital assets will become much more alluring. The inability to trade gold internationally without incurring taxes lowers its value, which is terrible. You are exempt from paying tariffs though, which is really unappealing. On the other hand, trading XRP eliminates the need to worry about taxes. If Michael Saylor is correct, this will increase the amount of money invested in digital assets and make them even more appealing. Gold will become much less desirable as a result. The price of XRP has increased today due to a pleasant, modest increase and a lot of positive news, such as the conclusion of the SEC case. However, I contemplate. I don't think this price will last forever. I believe that we will eventually reach our lowest point after experiencing typical ups and downs. Since many people believe the bull market has ended, they will sell swiftly. However, I think it was before to the Fed's rate cut, correct? Finest offers in the United States. That was before to the ETFs and several significant occasions. Before all of these significant events happen, I have no doubt that these organizations would be thrilled if you sold your XRP for a very low price. Since many individuals purchased it, they can later purchase it and profit greatly if the price increases. Now T.